When I was a doctor, I accidentally sent 2 patients for procedures they didn't need because I'd got their forms mixed up.
Oh, so each other's form?
The test that they needed, I put the wrong one on the wrong person.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Because, in fact, you've rather understated your crime, because not only did you give them tests...
Crime is a very strong word.
Well, I'll commute that to act of gross professional misconduct.
Yes. It was a very different time, David.
How long ago was this?
Well, I wasn't a doctor for long.
No. Probably for the best.
What tests were they?
There were 2 patients, and one required an X-ray of their neck.
Right.
And then the other one required a barium enema.
A what? What's a barium enema?
So that is where you squirt a radio-opaque dye into the anus, I'll say the word.
Were you like this as a doctor? I'll say the word. Anus.
One of them had a barium enema they didn't need, but also didn't have the neck X-ray they did need.
I then had to sort of correct that. So they ended up having 2 tests each instead of 1.
Well, hold on. Someone went in, right, for a neck X-ray and happily laid down and had an enema. Just because it said it on the sheet.
That is a hell of a blockage.
Yeah.
I never used the word happily.
Did they not question that? Did they not say...
Well, they wouldn't have understood a technical phrase like neck X-ray. They'd have no idea what that means.
The lady who required the neck X-ray and got the barium enema said to me she was impressed at how thorough I'd been.
Did it help, these extra tests? Did you find anything up this lady's bum or this man? That could have saved them in the future?
No, fortunately, those were normal tests.
Neck lady had a perfectly healthy bottom, and bottom guy's neck was A-OK.
Did you, at any stage, come clean to these patient A and patient B?
Of course not.
All right, what are you thinking, then? Soji.
Impossible, man. I can't go for a neck X-ray and get something in my bum.
Stacey.
I couldn't tell you what it was like in those days.
No, exactly. Exactly, Stacey. It was a different time. It was a different time.
What year?
This would have been 1988.
What was it like then?
It was a different time, you know. But yes, I think doctors carry a lot of authority.
Yeah, and who do you complain to? You know how difficult it is to get to see a doctor at all.
Yeah, they won't want to see you again if you just complain.
You don't want to be known as a pain in the arse or a pain in the neck.
I think it could have happened, but equally...
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, well, honestly, I fear for people who grew up in that time.
If you two are both convinced it's a lie, I won't overrule you, because it definitely might be a lie.
All right, then. So, Harry, was it true or was it a lie?
It was... true.
I once humiliated myself while trying to impress my in-laws.
Please, Tim.
When was this?
The first evening I met them, 24 years ago.
What were you trying to do to impress them?
I was trying to make a cup of tea.
Trying?
To impress them?
Yes.
Had you offered to make everyone a cup of tea?
Yes.
What, in their house?
Yes, in their house.
You see, that straight away, I go...
Yeah, no, yes.
That's weird. Can I make you all a cup of tea? Well, no, you can't. It's my house. So you've gone to make the tea?
Yes.
Have you done all the milk, sugar, all
Yes,
that?
I've done all that. I've asked all the right questions.
You've done all the admin?
I've asked all the right questions.
You've gone in the other room.
Yes.
What the hell went wrong, Eddie?
I put the kettle on, the hob, and I turned the hob on, and I could smell plastic burning.
Oh. So you put an electric kettle?
Yes, because
Why?
I had the stovetop version and they had the electric version.
Oh, no.
So I put that on there and then turned it on and it melted.
So what did you do?
My wife, my girlfriend at the time, came in and just chucked it under the tap.
You hadn't even thought to do that yourself?
I'm not very practical.
You just stood there looking at the melting...
It's not easy.
Where does he whistle? And it's all dripping down. It's weird, that kettle. It's getting smaller and smaller.
And then what happens? When do the parents... Do they find out about it?
Well, my father-in-law kept it.
Kept the kettle?
Kept the kettle.
Why?
Because when we got married, he had to make a speech and brought out the kettle.
Were you planning to marry Mark Lawrence?
Well, that's good. He immediately thought, this guy could marry my daughter. Unless he put it in the cupboard. When he opened it, loads of props fell out. Another one. Another idiot.
So what's it going to be, then? Kadina?
I think the detail in it makes it seem quite real. And the fact that he said he brought it out on the wedding
That's the
day.
bit, innit? He's got a good imagination if this isn't true.
I think it's true.
True.
OK, they think it's true, Eddie. Was it true, or was it a lie?
It was true.
I once climbed into a crocodile enclosure because I wanted to get a closer look.
David C.
When did you do this, and where did you do this?
When I was little in Nigeria. It was a crocodile-themed restaurant.
It's the restaurant's gimmick that there's a crocodile enclosure with real crocodiles, and you can watch the crocodiles as you dine.
Yes.
On crocodiles.
How easy was it to get into the crocodile?
I mean, at that time in Nigeria, we didn't have health and safety. We had the concept of common sense. So, for example, if there was like a street next to a river, there wasn't a fence and a sign saying caution, river next to street. Yeah. Because the Nigerian philosophy is that if you can see the sign, you can probably see the river. I hopped over the fence because I wanted to look at them because I just thought they were cute and friendly and stuff. And I got close to one, and they just like came at me. And luckily for me, I didn't know. I just found out by accident. But they're fast running in a straight line. But if you take a corner, it's hard for them to kind of like.
Yes, you're meant to run away from crocodiles in zigzags.
Yeah,
I didn't know that at the time. I was running straight, but he was gaining on me. I was running, and then I just like took a corner and hopped the fence.
And what sort of state were you in?
What do you think?
What, terrified?
Have you been chased by an animal before? Anybody?
I've been attacked by a crocodile.
Yeah, there you go.
When were you attacked by a crocodile?
We were in a Louisiana swamp. We were rescuing crocodiles.
Will they not have been alligators?
Alligators.
Oh, well, I don't want to hear about it then. It's totally irrelevant.
I got chased by an ostrich as well.
No way.
Yeah, in a police officer's house. He's quite a well-to-do police officer.
Okay.
Because they take bribes. No. He had a lot of exotic stuff in his house. And one of the things he had was an ostrich. I got too close to one, and I was laughing at it because it was doing, I don't know whether it was a mating dance or a challenge. Like a... I kind of ended up doing the dance back. That probably wasn't a good idea.
And it chased you?
Yeah.
So who did you say you was with? Who was looking after you?
On which occasion? The policeman's house or the ostrich or the restaurant and the crocodile?
Well, I mean, I'd like to know both, really.
So, my parents practiced free-range parenting. Although that being said, I was more scared of my mom than I was of the crocodile.
So, what are you going to say? What are you thinking, Lucy?
I think it's true. I was listening to it like it was a real story. I forgot, actually, we were playing a game.
Fran?
I think it's true because you haven't embellished it any further. You've kept with the story.
What he hasn't done is add any feathers.
Well, look, he has, in the sense that he's added an extra story of being chased by an ostrich.
Lots of feathers, yes. I'll take it back.
Maybe he jumped to that truth story because he needed a break from telling a lie.
Exactly, yeah.
Maybe.
Then why didn't he tell the show's researchers about being chased by an ostrich? That would have been equally interesting, particularly at the huge private zoo of a corrupt police officer.
What are you going to say?
I do not know.
You have to make a decision, David.
True.
You're saying that it's true. Nabil, was that true, or was that a lie?
It's not true. It's not true.
Which one is it? What?
It's too late, but I sense now it's not true. I have that feeling.
It's not too late. You can change if you want to.
Go on then. You had a feeling then.
There was a smile the way he was smiling. He was smiling like, I've got him.
I don't know if it's true or a lie, but if you now get this right because he's got you want to change your mind, I'll be livid.
OK, I'm going... Lie.
You're saying it's a lie.
I think so.
Nabil, was it a lie or was it true?
It's true.
Aside from Mr. McKee, who taught PE, 3 other teachers at my school taught subjects that rhymed with their surnames.
David's team.
OK, so Mr. McKee taught PE.
Yes.
Who else?
Mr.
I'm genuinely having a coughing fit.
Mr. Katz.
Wait, are you ready? Okay, I'm better now, thank you. Carry on, Tim.
Mr. Katz.
Oh, good God. Good God. If you say Mr. Meography, forget it.
Mr. Katz.
Mr. Missile and Technology.
Mr. Katz. K-A-T-H. Mr. Katz.
Yeah.
And Mr. Hench. French.
Mr. Hench, Mr. Katz, and who else?
It was a little bit tenuous, the third one. It was a bit of a joke amongst us. So it was Mr. Hort taught sport.
You got PE in sports?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, PE was something that happened in lesson time, and then sports was something that we did, obviously.
But what did Mr. Hort teach?
It might have been what was called loosely then science, so it would have been... You know,
surely that was Mr. Bryant's.
No.
I don't know, he's always got this face that makes you feel like he's telling the truth. Like, just the most simplest things, where you'd be like...
He's got a simple face, I agree.
Give me 4 teachers whose names at your school rhymed with subject. Go.
Mr. Starmer. He
did drama.
Mrs. Panish.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Bleak taught Greek.
Yeah.
Mr. Gratin taught Latin.
Yes.
This is fun, isn't it?
Yeah, let's just do this.
Come on, it's time to decide.
Lie.
All right, Tim, they think it's a lie. Was it, or was that the truth?
It was actually a lie.
I once accidentally gatecrashed the BBC News.
David's team.
Oh. How did you find yourself wandering into the news?
It was the 25th anniversary of the TV show Friends.
All right.
And what's your connection with Friends? You weren't in Friends, were you?
No. I did, like, a video where I created the whole episode.
One of your YouTube sort of pastiches was
and they
Friends.
sort of assumed I was a super fan.
So you were invited onto the programme?
It was on sort of Skype, Zoom thing. And 5 minutes before we were about to go on, I lost signal, so I called them back, and they were currently in a Brexit negotiation.
They were literally negotiating Brexit?
That was the segment before.
That was what they were talking about.
So I phoned them back, and then I get a text from my friend saying, your face has just come up on the screen on the BBC News that you're calling the news. Went, you know, over the interview, and there my face pops up.
And your friend texts you to say that?
Well, my mum, upstairs.
Well, you said it was your friend, it was your mum.
No, it was my mum.
You can be friends with your mum, yeah.
Yes, I know that, but
I'm friends with your mum. What? What's wrong being wrong? I like your mum and I'm a friend of your mum. What do you think I meant? There's something wrong with you, Rob.
So your mum...
You sleep with a woman once and it's a problem. Get over it.
She did say, she said to me, Rob, you know how you're always saying how Lee is so quick? She said... Well, what do we think then? Kadif?
I feel it would happen to you.
I want it to be true so much that I'm going to say it's true.
Yeah.
Well, I think we think it's true.
Yeah.
Right, Lucia. Was it true or was it a lie?
It was true.
Whenever I have a bath, I always sit in the empty tub first, then turn on the taps.
Please, T.
How long for?
Well, depends what I'm doing.
What might you be doing while you're sitting in an
sometimes
empty
shaving
bath?
my head.
In the bath?
Yeah.
Well, when you put the bath on, all the hairs are floating in the bath.
Well, I don't know, maybe it goes down the drain before I turn it on.
Well, how the hell does it go down if you haven't turned it on? You got a massive straw? Are you naked at this point, by the way?
Of course I am!
Don't talk to me like I'm the idiot. You're sitting in a bath with no water in it, mate.
I just find it very comfortable. I also quite like the fact that it's quite cold in there as well.
I was going to say, that's the problem, right? You're going to have a cold bottom.
What about additives like a bubble bath or some bath salts? Which do you favour?
Yeah, bath salt.
Oh, do you like to put the salts in first on their own? Just sit on there like a really miserable slug.
I just don't believe one word of it. Why would you sit in a bath and shave your head?
I can't shave my hair outside. I don't have a garden. So I realised when I was shaving...
Weirdly, I do have a garden. I've never realised what I was supposed to be using it for.
Can I ask a question? You're shaving your head. Are you manscaping?
Every now and again.
Would you explain to David what manscaping is?
It's sort of shaving and making sure everything looks neat and tidy. Like a
golf course.
Like a golf course.
Let's just do a little poll here. Is there any single person in this audience, just put your hand up, who gets into the bath with it empty, sits there naked, and then watches as the water slowly rises up?
All right, Rob, you don't have to say it like that.
There's a few people!
Really?
That's weird, because it's all the bald men.
What are you thinking, Sam? Truth or lie?
Would you be open to shaving other men in the bath?
Sam, we're a pre-watershed show.
It sounds all right, I don't know.
Is he telling the truth?
For a long time I thought he was, but then some of the stuff Lee was saying, I was like, all right. I would say that I believe Lee in some of the things.
It's not me doing it, it's a lie.
I think it's a lie.
You think it's a lie? Yeah, we'll say it's a lie.
They say it's a lie. Was it a lie, Darren, or was it true?
It is a lie.
Whenever I drive the car, I can't help but make vroom vroom noises.
Please, team.
You mean you? You actually go vroom vroom while it's going along? Yeah. I suppose it goes back to when I was a kid and you're playing with cars, you know. And the cars now, they waft, don't they? They go... And so if you're going into a roundabout... you know... Yeah. So you get, so you're on board. You're on board.
How long have you been doing this for?
I do it unconsciously, I think.
Unconsciously when you're driving?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't pass my test until I was 30 because I was always a motorcyclist, you see. So I was used to the noise.
That's quite late to pass a driving test, isn't it?
Yeah,
David, how old are you now?
I'm 49.
And when did you pass again, remind me?
I haven't passed.
Oh, you haven't
yet.
passed, have you? That's it.
Have you ever tried? Have you ever sat your test?
Once.
And what happened?
What do you think?
Well, we know you failed. What happened?
No, I crashed into a mobile library and exploded.
Did you go back in time? Mobile library.
Well, it was in the past.
Was it a DeLorean that you were driving?
Oh, this is a good opportunity for me. Marty! We gotta get back in the car! I'm doing Doc Brown. Thank you, Grayson, thank you. Right, Cush, what do you think?
I think it's probably true, only because your performance of the Vrooms was so quick.
Tim Vine.
I think it is true.
You think it's true?
Because I
thought we were coming to a close. I realised it was the start of something. Sorry.
I just wanted to give a reason.
You can't park there, mate. Well, you wound it the same way. Surely the other way to go back up.
It wasn't down properly. It's true.
We're going to go true.
Grayson, they're saying it's true. Was it true or was it a lie?
True.
Oh!
I have diagnosed myself as suffering from a condition I call HPS.
Right, Lee's team.
So, the obvious question, what does HPS stand for?
Heavy pelvis syndrome.
Heavy pelvis syndrome?
Ah.
Are you showing off? Can you describe the symptoms?
I can't swim.
Right.
Because your pelvis is too heavy.
Bingo. Which is why I feel like this is cheeky, because it's like, I do suffer from this. Do you know what I mean? It's not self-diagnosed, it's just diagnosed.
Whoa. It's been diagnosed by a doctor?
I'm getting a doctorate soon, so...
Yeah, I've got one of them. They count for nothing.
No. Don't ruin this for me.
Trust me, I've done it. If they say on a plane, if we got a doctor and you put your hands up, you're in for a whole world of pain. Did you try swimming when you were younger, as a child?
I've drowned a few times, yeah.
Well, you haven't, have you?
Nearly drowned 3 times as a result of HPS.
When was the first time?
I'm in the pool, I'm in the middle, and I've got a decision to make. I could either walk back to the shallow end stairs, or walk towards the deep end. And as I start to stroll, I feel like an alarming amount of weight from my pelvis.
How would you weigh the pelvis?
It's not about how I weigh the pelvis, it's about how the pelvis weighs me down.
If you lie flat on the floor, we were to lift your pelvis, would we feel the weight?
Yeah,
You want to lift me with my pelvis? Come, darling.
Come on, then. If you could lie flat on the ground there, please, sir.
Well, put your knees up.
1 second, you gotta help me down.
Gotta help you down. Watch the belt. Boom! I'll tell you what, that's a heavy pelvis.
Put your knees up.
I think that maybe we should have a doctor in attendance.
Yep.
But then, if he puts his feet flat, we'll feel the weight of the pelvis, won't we?
Yeah, but he won't be able to lift. Just relax.
Yeah, it's not.
Is it heavy?
It's quite a heavy pelvis, but I think he might be forcing it down.
Help me up.
You need to compare it to another pelvis, really.
You!
Harry, you've had a chance to examine the patient. What would you recommend?
Well, I think you just need some swimming lessons.
What's it going to be?
You say true?
It's made up, of course it is. It's a lie.
I'll go with Jill. We'll say it's true. But I would like to point out, I don't think he's got it.
Right.
I think he believes he's got it.
Okay.
Koji, truth or lie?
HPS is a real syndrome, and it's true.
I was sick into the FA Cup.
Oh. Yeah. David's team.
Were you?
For the love of God, say yes.
I actually was.
That's a very good follow-up question. Under what circumstances?
So, basically, we just won the FA Cup, and then people do that thing where they pour the champagne into the FA Cup.
Who is we, Jill?
Manchester City.
Manchester City,
yeah,
right,
Manchester City. I take a sip of this champagne stuff, and I brought it back up into the FA Cup.
Did they sing a song like, we like to drink with Jill?
Because Jill is on me. And when we drink with Jill, she dances our drinking 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yay! And then and then I was sick, yeah. Are we the only two that go out?
Yeah, I've never heard that song.
That's also new to me.
I've never heard that in my life.
Well, you know what the worst thing was?
The person who got the second swig.
I didn't tell the girls.
Oh.
I know, because then they were passing it round.
This wasn't a full vomit. This was more like a short-term regurgitation.
Yeah, but I was a bit sick.
Did it go down the wrong hole?
No, it definitely went down the right hole.
I think the part that makes me suspicious is I believe Jill was a really nice person and she'd be like, oh, I've just puked in that.
Is that your definition of a nice person?
What do you reckon, Koji?
I reckon you did it.
It's like the end of EastEnders.
You think lie? So it's up to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon that's true.
Jill, was it true? They think it was, or was it a lie?
So it was a lie.
Good work.